Miss Rubina Singh from My Prospect. Team, can we have the present? Hi, Rubina. How are you?
Very well. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction.
Same here. How are things at your home? Hope your home quarantine keeping safe.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm glad and grateful that me and my family, we are all safe and keeping healthy. And I hope everybody on this webinar is also, safe and healthy. So thank you so much for having me here.
Yes.
I want to start off
Yes.
by congratulating the entire Angel team for the launch of Amplifier.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And I think the timing couldn't be better because COVID-19 has forced almost the entire Indian population to stay home for the past few months, making most people embrace digital, in order to stay connected with their friends and family and also, stay entertained. And social media usage, like we all know, has been on an up. And in particular, we've seen TikTok has sharply risen in this period. And it's
Agreed.
inevitable that marketing communication will change as a result of this, really. So,
All yours now. The stage is all yours. We are waiting. What do you have in store for us?
Thank you. Thank you. And I think taking the same thought forward, which I was saying, that it's going to be inevitable that marketing communication will change as a result of this whole new normal. On one hand, with production houses shut, no traditional content is being made. And it has forced brands to look at alternate ways of promotion. Brands need to find innovative ways to engage with their audiences virtually. On the other hand, with people being homebound, screen times are soaring. And a natural outcome is that more and more individuals have started following influencers and are looking forward to the content that they are creating. At the same point in time, there has been a decrease in some kind of content. So, for example, the beauty category mentions as well as engagement rates have both declined. However, in the current context, health and well-being, food and nutrition, comedy, a lot of DIY, music, training and education, career and personal finance, motivation, mental health, subjects like these have seen a rise. Yet, the same influencers that were posting this new type of content are demonstrating just how quickly influencers can pivot to continue providing content that provides entertainment, education, and inspiration. We are seeing influencers appear in the public sector, with governments partnering with celebrities to get the word out about coronavirus safety and social distancing. Certainly an interesting new avenue of influence. Brands are also trying to leverage this opportunity via integrated campaigns, influencer campaigns, to make the best out of the current situation. And hence, one can see an increase in the share of influencer marketing spends. At iProspect, we believe that the spends that can increase between 10 to 30% as an industry sees a shift in the brand strategy for influencers from single campaigns to slightly more longer term engagements. Know that a multi-platform success is rare in this space. There is barely any overlap in the top 10 influencers across YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As a result of it, a majority of brands will work with a large number of influencers. Also, in general, micro influencers, we've seen have a higher engagement than celebrity influencers. That is why almost all large companies nearly doubled the number of creators they actively use per campaign in the past 2 years. And I think this will continue to increase. And to measure success, while engagement rate continues to be the most common KPI to measure campaigns. Whose personality matches with the brand personas. Also, an interesting shift is to be considered, that how audiences want to receive communication today. Now is not exactly the time where brands want to explicitly sell their offerings to their audiences without taking the unprecedented situation into consideration. That's exactly why brands have started to use influencer marketing to creatively integrate their products while taking a strong stand against COVID-19. Like a few weeks back, I came across this campaign, which had a video which was featuring a snappy song. I think it was a Southeast Asian video with a fun dance, and which was encouraging washing hands. And I looked at the stats and I saw that the video had already garnered about 2 million views. Now, this is huge impact to gain for a brand. So, all in all, what I'm trying to say is demands are shifting, and both brands and influencers need to output the right kind of content in order to thrive in the post-COVID world. Having said that,
Rubina, I believe your voice, sorry to interrupt, but I believe your voice is a bit slow.
Okay, I'll try to speak a bit loudly if
Yeah.
that's better. So, what is important is also to focus on how influencer marketing will change after this current COVID period. I think brand activations will start incorporating a lot of storytelling. And what I mean by that is that rather than traditional product marketing, brands will work more closely with influencers to determine how their partnerships can tell a story to an influencer's audience. A product now has to fit in a customer's daily life in a realistic way. And so this needs to be shown in the way the influencer markets those products. We have observed that influencers that saw success were those that confronted the situation head on and showed their followers how they were adapting to this new life at home and how different brands play into their lives. We've already seen this in the shift in the way content is produced as brands are moving to create online challenges rather than activating just product send outs or working with influencers to market products differently. So now customers also want to see, beyond the image. The demand has increased to see content that tells a story. Post COVID, I think these trends will continue as users will interact and engage more with content that resonates with them and brings greater relatability between the influencer, the audience, and the brand. The second trend that I see is that live content will become more and more popular. So when Instagram first released this Instagram Live, the uptake wasn't very quick. Until recently, it was unlikely to see influencers or brands going live often. But now suddenly I look at my feed and there is an influx of lives that are happening on the feed. And I think what has happened is that with no option but to stay at home, brands have gone digital by bringing, workout classes, music, cooking workshops, interviews with their content creators. And this has allowed brands not only to add value to audiences who are at home with more time on their hands, but also bring an added element of authenticity on social media. This is because, during these live chats, like you just pointed out that my voice wasn't proper, there is no room for editing, changing, or staging shots. The content that is shown is more raw, it's true, which is more appealing to watchers that are, tuning in. It's likely, in our view, that this trend will continue in the future of influencer marketing in 2020 also. Where brands will not only bring awareness or share value, but also communicate in a more natural and real way with their potential audiences. I also think influencer marketing will become more bottom up. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. Is that, like, what's happening today is that brands right now are relying on influencers in order to communicate their messages to consumers, in a more natural way, in order to retain that relevance to meet the target audiences online. And because of this, creators are holding an upper hand and are being able to govern the way these content partnerships are shaping.
Okay.
Influencers, because they want to produce content which engages very well with their audiences. And this is a big departure from, product led activations, which I believe the direction will land more significantly into the hands of the influencers. So, what used to happen previously would be that brands would provide the creative brief and direction. Uh, but this relationship, I think, is likely to change and evolve in a more balanced way. And to think about it, these are the things that will, it is in many ways which are a shift back towards the reason that influencer marketing became so popular in the first place, because it was genuine, it was relatable, and the connection between the followers and the creator was real. uh, while these trends come into play, I think data will, provide a far more will play a far more important role in guiding decision making. So analyzing the fast moving online conversations will help brands understand what type of content and ad formats are resonating and why. um, what factors are important right now, they'll be able to see that. Brands will need to evaluate how content production has changed and look at who and what is earning engagement on social channels. They will have to take a closer look to see if mentions in the categories have changed, anything in the categories changing. And taking an insight uh, first approach will help inform brands about where they are, and how they can strategically fit in the conversation. And of course, data can also be leveraged to find influencers who are creating the most engaging content, and by searching for upcoming creators who have super high engagement rates. So, in a nutshell, putting it all together, what we believe is that navigating this new ecosystem requires accepting a new normal. We don't yet know when or how business returns to normal. But what we can do at this time is to get creative, build relationships, and seek out opportunities wherever they lie. Uh, the influencer ecosystem may be shifting, but brands that can adapt to the new normal, I believe, will not only survive, but they will thrive during and after this crisis is over. So that's really what I wanted to share from my point of view. Thank you very much.